Hello, everyone. This is EB the Sponge Reviewer here, and I know I've stated in my previous video that that was going to be my final video for 2022, but unfortunately that will not be the case. It's because that today, which is currently December 20, oh, stupid. Sorry about that. So yeah, as I was saying, today it is December 28th, and I was looking through ESB just to see if there was any like new confirmations of new episodes for like season 13 that will be coming out for 2023, and apparently we are going to be getting some new episodes coming out in 2023. So I've looked up ESB, and yes, so we got 282 all the way up to 289. So yeah, these are the new episodes that were revealed. That has been added to the season 13 article on SpongeBob Encyclopedia. So we're gonna go ahead and go through these plots one by one, and I will give you guys my overall thoughts of these plots as we get through them. So 282A is Arbor Day Disarray, and it says that Sandy gives her friends special saltwater trees, but they need more attention than she expected. Now, already I am extremely happy about this news, is because that, as you guys may have noticed, that Sandy has been getting l- less of attention in these newer episodes, and it's actually finally about time that they actually gave a Sandy centered episode for this season. Is because that these previous episodes that we've had, Sandy was in those episodes, but she wasn't the main focus. So this is the first Sandy centered episode of this season. So that's pretty interesting. So next we got is Ain't That the Tooth, 282B. SpongeBob and Patrick mistake a burglar for the Tooth Fairy. So I guess they're doing another teeth related episode. The first one being the whole tooth from season 9. And this episode could be pretty interesting. Like, they mistaken a burglar for the Tooth Fairy. So I can kind of see hijinks going on in this episode. I Yeah, so this episode sounds like this could be lots of fun. So we got Ma and Pa's Big Hurrah, 283A. When SpongeBob's parents come to visit, their thirst for thrills comes as a big surprise. So that's actually really interesting. We're gonna get to see Margaret and Harold SquarePants again in the series. Their last appearance was in SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout, where they had like a small little cameo, and they did have a speaking role, but they weren't really that major. There really wasn't that make big main of the focus of the episode, but this episode right here is going to majorly focus on them, so that's pretty interesting. So it's great to see SpongeBob's parents again in the show. All right, so next is Yellow Pavement. You'll learn. Wait, hold on. You'll learn all you need to get your boating license in this educational driving film. Oh, so it looks like they're doing another boating school episode here, and that's pretty interesting. All right, so next we got is the flower plot. The chum bucket is replaced by a flower shop with a charming new owner. Oh wow, that's kind of interesting. I can't wait to see what this episode has to offer. I mean, it does sound really interesting. Like the chum bucket just gets replaced by a flower shop. That's pretty funny. All right, so now 284A. Now this episode is really interesting. When I was glamming through here, and it says SpongeBob's on parade. That doesn't sound right. I mean, should it be SpongeBob's parade? Why is it called SpongeBob's on parade? Oh, well, okay. The Krusty Krab enters a float in the annual Bikini Bottom parade. Yeah, we really haven't. I mean, there were episodes that had a parade in it, but they weren't mostly focused on a parade. Like we had, you remember that scene from SpongeBob's Last Stand where he had that parade, and there was also Band Geeks where where they were in a parade, but the episode wasn't mostly focused on a parade. So I think this is the first parade centered episode of the shows because I don't remember any other episodes in the show that focused on a parade. It did have a parade in it, but it wasn't like the major focus of one. So this episode should be really interesting. All right, so next is Delivery to Monster Island. SpongeBob and Plankton must work together to survive on an island of deadly monsters. Wow, that actually does sound really interesting. Like, so it's a SpongeBob and Plankton centered episode, and that's actually a really interesting idea for an episode. Like, they could have easily went with Patrick or Sandy or somebody else, but they actually teamed with SpongeBob and Plankton. So it's another one of those episodes where SpongeBob and Plankton teams up to do something. So this should be really interesting. All right, so next is Ride Patrick Ride. SpongeBob teaches Patrick how to ride a bike. That sounds pretty interesting. I'm sorry. I think these episode ideas do sound really unique, and I think they can come up with really unique ideas for what they could do with these plots here. All right, so 286A is another Sandy-centered episode called Hot Crossed Nuts. Sandy's homemade snack becomes a big hit at the Krusty Krab. Oh, interesting. So we got another Sandy-centered episode, which is great. All right, so next is the Sir Urchin and Snailfail Show, which if you guys don't recall, that was that little TV show from the episode Library Cards, and it looks like they're making an episode dedicated to that show. SpongeBob and Patrick's favorite comedy duo has a failing out on live television. I wonder what they're going to do with that episode. All right, so next we have is Friendiversary. SpongeBob celebrates the anniversary of his friendship with Squidward, but the latter does not. Oh, okay. All right, so next is mandatory music. Squidward's lack of talent lands him in a court-ordered music class. So it looks like we're having another episode that centers around music, like a music school or something. Okay. All right, so next is Dopey Dick. When I first saw this plot, I was like, "Oh my god, are you serious? They really just called it Dopey Dick? Like, come on now." Squidward joins a crew of sailors hunting down the great white jellyfish. Okay, all right, SpongeBob, I'm coming up with these creative ideas. I see. Yeah, and then people say, "Oh, the show's running out of ideas and stuff." No, no, no. I don't think. I mean, yeah, they do reuse plots from other ideas, but this sounds interesting. Like this really does sound like a really interesting episode of. Yeah, this episode could work. This sounds like a really fun episode, and I'm looking forward to it. Plankton and the Beanstalk. Plankton finds a magic bean that takes him to a land of giants. Okay, so here's what I find really funny. In my SpongeBob Roblox series that I did many moons ago, I had all of these funny ideas. Like I had an idea where Patrick got magic beans and he grew a giant beanstalk. That episode is coming true, being Plankton and the Beanstalk. Then I had an episode where SpongeBob, I don't know, like he like runs a farm. Then we got Farmer Bob, and then I had another idea where SpongeBob becomes a mail delivery man, and Patrick the mailman. Like it's funny that all these ideas that I've came up with for the SpongeBob Roblox series are now happening in the actual SpongeBob series. I actually find that really funny. But yeah. Okay, so last but not least is 289A. I think these are the last two episodes for season 13. Gary's Playhouse. SpongeBob builds a snail house outside for Gary to play in while he is at work. Oh, that kind of sounds like the Gary's Tent episode that I came up with for the Title Card Generation series. If you guys remember that series that I did back in 2018 and 2019 on this channel. Good times. And finally, we have Fun Believable. Rube hosts an episode of Fun Believable with Rube, where he explores little known oddities and attractions around Bikini Bottom. Okay, that sounds really interesting because I do like Rube. Rube is one of my favorite SpongeBob characters. So yeah, these episodes have really strong plots, and I'm actually am looking forward to these episodes. Like I think the ones that I'm looking forward to most is probably the Sandy centered ones, obviously, because Sandy is one of my favorite SpongeBob characters, and she has not been getting a lot of attention in these later season 13 episodes. So I'm glad that they're actually making Sandy centered episodes. I'm also excited for obviously Dopey Dick Delivery to Monster Island, SpongeBob's Parade, Ma and Pa's Big Hurrah. So yeah, all these episodes so far are promising, and I'm looking forward to seeing them when they do eventually come out in 2023. Alright everyone, so thank you guys for watching this video. I, of course, will drop the link in the description below of the Season 13 article if you guys would like to look at the article yourself. If you want to, that is. And yeah, so this is indeed the final video of 2018. I mean 2022. Sorry, I don't know why I said 2018. That was my mistake. But yeah, so this is indeed the final video for 2022 now that these SpongeBob episodes have came out. Well, these news for these new episodes that are coming out next year. But yeah, so I will be doing another similar video like this one for the Patrick Star Show, but I will not be doing it right now. It's because that I just don't want to, but I will in the future. I will come back to ESB and look up any new episodes for the Patrick Star Show that is coming out for 2023. I will do that in another video. I'll probably do that next year and probably next week around the first week of January. I'll probably do it. But yeah. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everyone.